Hi, early childhood educator. So this is a continuation video in relation to communicating with families. Now let's continue from where I stopped. Peradventure, if you're just coming across my video for the first time, I'm Dr. Florence Ajala, the convener of this YouTube channel, Early Years Matters TV. So on this channel, we dish out valuable content in relation to quality early childhood education. If you're interested in this content, kindly subscribe. Not just only subscribe, you turn on your notification bell so that whenever a new video like this is dropped on this channel, you definitely be notified. So in my last video, I started off by giving out some tips in relation to communicating with families. So I'm going to leave the link to the video down below so that you can keep up to this. So let me continue from where I stopped. So in my last video, at the end, I looked at challenges preventing families from communicating with early childhood educator. So you need to understand that it's not that sometimes families don't want to communicate with you. Challenges that will be preventing free flow of communication between you and the family. For instance, it could be culture as well. Culture could be a thing. Like for instance, maybe if they're coming from a culture where the men always have to take the lead, or they'll be coming from a place where early childhood education is not, I just want my child to go in, I'm not bothered about what my child is doing. I'll focus on working with the teacher when my child gets to primary or secondary school. This was a key finding in my PhD research. So when you think outside the box, it's not that parents are not forthcoming, but there are some barriers, there are some challenges that they might be facing. It could be their culture preventing them, or it could be their culture, they don't even know how to go about it. Even in their children's early childhood education, they don't know how to come in. Another one could be maybe because of their work schedule, they don't have a flexible work schedule. Another one could be also personal experiences as well, maybe because of where they are coming from. They are coming from a place where there was a conflict or a clash, them and the early childhood educator, and they just made up their mind, well, in this new preschool that my child is going through, I don't want to have anything to do with the early childhood educator. So you have to take all of this into consideration. Language be a barrier. It's not that they don't want to engage with you, but because the language as you, they might be having difficulty, expressing themselves and so on. So you have to take all of this into consideration as well. Or maybe they don't even know how to approach you. They're like, well, if they approach you, you're in charge. They don't know how to be laid back. So you have to think about all of these challenges. And that is why it's important that you understand that communication with family is not a one-size-fits-all. What for family A might not work for family B. So this is where you have to get to know the family that you're working with. You have to understand the family dynamics here. So think family, where they are coming from, where are they available to meet you. So in relation to communication, you have to be flexible. So think about digital ways to communicate with family as well. It doesn't have to be face-to-face. It doesn't have other ways that you can communicate with family. It could be through emails, it could be through phone calls, meetings, WhatsApp. So think about other ways that you can communicate with family. This is important to understand where the family they are coming from and try to share. So partnership, it's two people involved, two or more people involved in what we call partnership. It's not a one person thing. It's not that, oh, you're in charge, you decide what you want, you're in control, you decide, you dedicate. No, it has to be collaborative effort. The early childhood have to be involved. Let's map out ways. Let's look at what will work for each family. Talk to the family. It could be simple things such as involving them, asking them the modes of communication they want. Sometimes even that you hear from this, what mode of communication would they like? It's important. It's not just going about, well, they should like this mode of communication. Says who? This is going to work. This is how partners that are involved. So tell us, what do you want? What mode of communication do you want? How would you like me to communicate with you in relation to your child's early childhood education, in relation to the child? This is how partnership in early childhood education is going to work. Remember that partnership with family is not a one-size-fits-all. So think about the different approaches in relation to communication. Think about digital communication as well that will work for the family that you're dealing with. So I hope you kindly subscribe. Not just only subscribe, turn on that bell, because you don't want to miss out in relation to version on this channel. And remember to say until I come your way next time. Stay safe and mind yourself. Bye.